Alright, what is up, friends? I hope y'all had another great week, and welcome back to the Gaming News Weekly. They've got number 11 right here. I'm starting to grow, starting to get there. What do you know? Soon we'll be in the thousands. Maybe. What's up, people? I hope you had a great week. Seriously, that was awesome. Welcome back. Have a few things to talk about today. Actually, literally, it looks like just a few things. One of them is a major big thing that I kind of wanted to talk about, so I have lots of notes on it. And hopefully you'll enjoy my thoughts on this stuff. So first up, let me start up with the small bits of news that we have here, a few things. First, we have the Order 1886. They've got a new photo mode. This is so cool. I did not expect to play that game a second time through. I was just like, you know, without the photo mode, I wouldn't have touched it another time. But they announced photo mode, and I was like, I'm so gonna play that game again. That game is beautiful. I mean, if any game on the PS4 needed a photo mode, it was the Order 1886. I mean, that's just ridiculous that it wasn't included with the game when it was first launched. You know what I mean? You know, one of the funny things that I thought, oh man, I love that. One of the things that I noticed pretty quickly is you still can't play the game in full screen mode. It's still got the widescreen bars. And I kind of thought that was funny because I was like, really? Even the Evil Within, even Bethesda with the Evil Within kind of, after all the feedback came in, they switched, you know, they forced, originally the game Evil Within came with that black, you know, the widescreen bars and stuff, but with all the feedback, they made it made an option that you could turn it off. I do love what they did with the black bars. It was awesome. It fit the game perfectly. And so I just thought it was funny that the Order 1886 did not do the same thing. Maybe we can expect that update still in the future, who knows, but photo mode has got me back into the game. Photo mode, I'm telling you, man, I think every game needs photo mode, and the Order 1886 deserved it, man. Oh, it is so beautiful. One of the coolest things ever, one of the opening scenes, one of the earlier opening scenes, you're looking over the city. So I was like, I'm totally gonna get a shot at this, you know. Went into photo mode, was getting all the different camera angles and all this stuff, and just playing with the little options. Next thing I know, I'm zooming in. Like when you first open up the scene, you can see, you know, little people in the city and whatever, and you can see a stagecoach driving along, and you know, you see all these little things. It's this big open city, but I did not expect to be able to zoom in all the way down to the street, to the sidewalk, get a giant, beautiful picture of the. I didn't actually take the screenshot because I didn't think it was worth taking a screenshot of. But I loved the fact that I could zoom all the way in. I mean, we're talking stories high. Zoomed all the way down onto the ground, into the sidewalk, and had the stagecoach that I could see from way up top, full blown in the full screen, and I was just like, whoa. So that's awesome, man. And another thing that makes it cool is being the second playthrough. I am more patient with it. I'm not like my hopes are gone, like of expecting like this really cool game. And it's not a bad game. It's so slow and boring. It really is. It's so slow and boring. But as a second playthrough, thanks to photo mode, I am actually surprisingly enjoying it a little bit more, only because I knew what to expect this time around, and I'm not like waiting for it to get good. You know what I mean? I'm just enjoying it as it is, and it's nicer. It's nicer, so that's pretty cool. So that's the Order 1886 photo mode. Awesome. Love it, man. I sent a tweet to the devs. They probably ignored it because I gave them a terrible review. I don't know. Or they just didn't see it. But I had to thank them because I love photo mode, man. That's my, like, I'd probably play Minecraft ahead of, no, I wouldn't. Never mind. Almost any game with photo mode. I think every game in existence needs a photo mode. That's awesome. Alright, next bit of news. Xenoblade Chronicles X. There was an E3 comparison video, and I thought this was hilarious. So now, you know, Xenoblade Chronicles X does look cool. It looks pretty neat. I never got into the Xenoblade Chronicles or Xenoblade-ish games. I played Xenogears, like the very first one, I think. But I haven't played anything since then. So this game, Chronicles X, does look good. But if they, I think it was Kotaku or somebody, they posted up a link of the comparison video between what they showed at E3 like a year or two ago and what they just recently showed at Nintendo something. Some Nintendo Nintendo Direct, I think, or something. So they showed a comparison video, and it was worse than the comparison videos of the Watch Dogs at E3 and Watch Dogs release. I was just like, wow. And people said Watch Dogs was bad, you know what I mean? And Watch Dogs is a beautiful game. It is a beautiful game. It's just definitely different than what they had showed at E3 and all that kind of stuff. The Xenoblade Chronicles X, I was just cracking up. I was like, oh my gosh, you know, just too funny, too funny. So the comparison video it's just terrible. They gotta stop bullcrapping us, man. Like, seriously, if they'd stop being so deceptive and shit, we might trust them more, right? Like, I mean, people are losing more and more faith in developers every day. You know, I mean, you get more crap like this, it's just like, come on, man, be real. It's really weird to me too, because I know from just playing Hyrule Warriors on the Wii U, like the graphics they can do, the graphics the Wii U is capable of is beautiful. They just don't do it. I don't know why. Even Mario Kart 8 looks really beautiful. Super Mario 3D World, you know, very nice for, you know, the 2D 3D platformer. Very pretty game. They're very pretty. So just seeing those comparison videos is like, Xenoblade Chronicles X E3 comparison bird with the Nintendo Direct. It's just Anyways, next bit of news. Oh, here we go. Star Wars Battlefront 3. Everybody knows about this, but I did want to talk about it because I never played the first two games. I remember my friends raving about Battlefront 2, and I never got to play it. I think at the time that Battlefront 2 was really popular, I was playing other games, like not shooters. I was strictly into like strategy, RPG, like I forget what you call them. Not real-time strategies, but the other, like turn-based, but like Shining Force style, Arc the Lad, stuff like that. So I never got into the Star Wars Battlefront. But 3, I can't wait. I cannot wait. I really hope I can pre-order that sucker because I'm going to as soon as I can. That's gonna be awesome. Let's see. And one cool bit of news here. Oh, so Star Wars Battlefront 3, in case you probably know this, but just a reminder then, releases November 17th. That's the actual official release date until it gets delayed. So we'll find out later this year by November if it's going to be delayed. A kind of expected delay. At this point, I expect a delay for any release date. But right now, we're looking forward to a November 17th release date. Related to that is the first DLC will be free. The first DLC they release will be free for everybody, whether you buy it after it comes out or whatever. I'm pretty sure it's the first DLC is just gonna be included with the game. If you pre-order it, you get to play it a week before everybody else. You know, I mean, it's cool, but you know, whatever. But it's cool that they're gonna do the first DLC for free. That's nice. Next bit of news, just to let everybody know, in case you haven't been reading up on it and whatever, Grand Theft Auto 5 apparently runs really, really perfect on the PC. Apparently, there hasn't been a single bad word about it outside of like some buggiest stuff. Not the way it runs on PC, but like people with usernames that couldn't log into their Rockstar accounts, stuff like that. Just stupid stuff that has nothing to do with actual performance. When it comes to performance, everybody says Grand Theft Auto 5 runs like a dream, which is good for them, man, because 4 was a nightmare, and I was really worried about that, and I didn't even want to bother with it. But I'm glad that everybody says it's just like really good, other than the little bugs that people are complaining about. As performance wise, it's great. So that's pretty cool. Alright, so next bit of news, I had another note on the Grand Theft Auto 5 thing, and I just forgot it, and I didn't have it written down, so whoops. I think, you know what it was? I was thinking how like Ubisoft basically destroyed any hope I have for PC. Like Ubisoft made it's not just Ubisoft, right? I mean, it is other developers as well. Just in general, bad PC optimization. But Ubisoft has got to be number one in the worst optimization I've ever seen. And they make some of the best games ever. So it drives me insane. I'm just die, you know. But another thing is Mortal Kombat, right? I recently got this on PC, fortunately. But it's just another one of those things where, like, I mean, I wanted it on console in the first place, but it just got on PC instead. A couple of things happened there. I don't want to talk about it. There's some income issues and whatever, but whatever. It doesn't run terrible. It's just badly optimized. I mean, it's not like the worst optimized game ever for PC. It's just not good. So it's just frustrating. Damn you, PC. PC is the best. No, it's not. I did want to quickly note on that. For those of you, just real quick note on PC, alright? Any of you guys gamers who game on the console, don't think you're missing out on a lot, okay? Modding is excellent, it's awesome. There are some just minor advantages that could be, it really just depends, but if you're playing on console, stay on console. Unless you get a bunch of money and you want to go PC, it is a headache. PC is a headache. Stick to console, it's easy, it's fun, no bullcrap, ever. You know, as long as you're not throwing your console around. And you know, hey, please disagree. You know, go ahead and pop in a comment and say, PC is the best, but still crap all over your face. Not really. Not literally, obviously. The next bit of news. Let's get into this next one. World of Warcraft is getting naval missions. Now, I don't know. There wasn't like a in-depth info or anything. Not when I read about it. Now there might be more now at this point. But I definitely had to share this. I thought that was super cool. I wasn't sure if this was like your normal typical World of Warcraft combat while on boats out in the sea as the boats move around or whatever and you're fighting from one boat into another, or if you actually control ship movements. It's possible you get on cannons. They've already had plenty of stuff like that where you get inside of cannons and then for certain phases of fights and stuff and use the cannons and all that, which is pretty cool. So they're getting naval missions. Related to news with World of Warcraft, they're also adding Mythic difficulty to regular dungeons, the 5-man raids. Apparently right now it's I didn't even know about Mythic because I haven't played in so long. I remember Heroic, I loved Heroic, but Mythic was raid only, so it was an actual another step up above Heroic. You go regular, Heroic, and then Mythic, I guess, which is so Mythic is a new 5-man difficulty that will be added, which is pretty cool. Let's see, and then also related, this is really cool, with the World of Warcraft, they will also be doing random events on weekends, bringing back older dungeons, scaled up to level 100 or whatever. You know, obviously if they keep doing expansions and they keep raising the level, they'll keep scaling it up, so however long that lasts. They're weekend events, they'll randomly pick out older dungeons, scale them up, and it's going to be called time walking. I thought that was cool. I thought that was neat. It reminded me of the Caverns of Time stuff, you know, just going back in the past of the World of Warcraft story and play those. That was just really cool. I love that. So I saw this. I haven't done a lot of World of Warcraft news or anything, but I saw this and I had to share it because I thought that was super cool. One thing I've always loved about World of Warcraft is how it's always evolving and adapting to anything that happens in any games ever. Like, it's always looking to improve no matter what. And that's how it survived for so long. You know, I mean, there's other MMOs are great, they're fine, but World of Warcraft, of course, was the bigger one, the casual, friendly-ish one, also hardcore friendly. It was a mix, you know, you could be hardcore, you could be casual, you could play this game, and it was the first one that really, you know, set it all up. And of course, it was Blizzard, so people knew that they would like, you know, stuff like that, whatever. But it's really cool to see that game continuously be epic and awesome and stuff. Alright, final bit of news. This is the one I have a lot of notes on. Let's see how long it takes to get through it. Mortal freaking Kombat. Some cool stuff. Actually, they have, let's see, Mortal Kombat 10. Apparently you'll be able to play DLC characters for free to try them before buying them and stuff. The thing about it is, I think it's part of it sounded like, it was hard, like I hadn't played Mortal Kombat in such a long time, and I've played, you know, 9 a little bit just for fun, but I never really got hardcore into it. I never did all the challenges, the towers and stuff like that. So what this sounds like is that one of the towers, or maybe multiple of the towers, that the challenges that you can go through, is as you go through them, sometimes you'll be able to play as the DLC character. So from what I understood, is you don't actually get to go in any fight in the game. You can't go just single player or, you know, single fight or whatever and pick that character and then play as them to try them. You would have to go through the tower to get to the point where you would play that DLC character. Now I could be wrong. It was just from what I read, it was what it sounded like. So either way, that's still cool, and I thought that was neat. So you get to try the characters, you know, just as you know, that's neat. I thought that was pretty cool. Let's see. I got a couple notes here, so I wanted to make sure I get the good news up front and talk about the bad, stupid crap. One more thing is, there's a modder. So the modder apparently found a way to play characters that are not unlocked right now. They're on disc, much like the Street Fighter drama, a year or two ago, where it was DLC on disc and they, charge you for it. So apparently this modder was able to move files around, and he made it so that you could play as Baraka, Rain, and Sindel. And I will link to the article down below. It tells you how to do it. You can go check it out. You can see if you want to play those characters right now. He said, I think for the most part they mostly worked, but would be a little bit buggy. They weren't perfect, so you might be doing. They had all the moves, but sometimes you would be doing the moves of the character that you copy their name over or whatever. So basically, he's moving the files around, so you're replacing one character with another, and sometimes you might get locked up doing the original character's moves first. But there's some gameplay videos of it, of playing the characters, and it actually is them playing. So yeah, I thought that was interesting. That was pretty cool. Let's see. Okay, so easy fatalities as DLC. Now, when I first saw this, right? DLC, you could do easy fatalities. I couldn't believe it. Now, apparently, they're not even permanent, which I thought was really interesting. I was thinking, well, okay, so if you you're buying the DLC, right? You're paying to unlock easier fatalities or whatever. But apparently, you get a certain amount of fatalities you can perform with these, and then if you want to keep doing them with these, you got to keep paying for them, and they come in increments of 5 and 30. And I'm just like, what? So you can either buy 5 easy fatalities, which you can only use 5 different fatalities total, or you can buy one of 30 fatalities. And then I'm just like, you can't be serious. You can't be serious. This makes me sick to death. And I'm just like, it's going too far, man. It's going too far. It just reminded me of one of my old mottos when I used to be hardcore depressed, is it can only get worse. Like, what do you... Oh, man. Terrible. So I had to I don't know, I thought I'd rage about that a little more. I thought I'd rant about it, but I really just don't have a lot of words other than that is the stupidest bunch of freaking nonsense I've ever heard of. So, because when I've heard of it, I'm serious, when I thought that they would be permanent unlocks, I was like, oh, well, that's not too bad, whatever. And at the same time, I was thinking, well, why would you buy easy fatalities when all you gotta do is hit start and go into the moves list and look at your fatality, list? Like, how do you do these? So I played the game. I've actually played Mortal Kombat just a small bit so far, and it's beautiful. It's a really cool game. It's awesome. I like it. One of the first things I was doing when I went around was gonna go to see my fatalities list. Now apparently they don't list every fatality in the moves list when you hit the pause button. So that actually is just like, oh man, so that's how they're gonna get people to buy their freaking DLCs, because they're not gonna let you know what the fatalities are. But I was thinking that maybe, possibly, I don't know for sure, I haven't played enough, but I was thinking possibly maybe as you level up, maybe it just unlocks those fatalities for you if you level up. Otherwise, you can pay for the DLC and get it earlier. I don't know, but either way, that's really damn stupid. Whatever, the game is cool. Again, I have to say that I do like the game. It's pretty awesome. And I'll actually have another link to share with you guys too that I'll link in the description below, along with the modding for the characters that are not unlocked yet. So Polygon actually wrote a pretty nice article. Now, of course, they got a ton of comments from trolls, and some people had some, they're like, oh, well, isn't this how everybody feels? And then other people were like, whatever, you don't want to spend the money. So they wrote there was an article, how this guy, he wrote how he wouldn't buy the game for at least 10 months to get the full version. It was like, I'm gonna wait 10 months before I buy Mortal Kombat, because I'm gonna get it with everything. And it makes sense. Like, I mean, geez, I used to spend 1 or 2 years waiting for games to drop in price, because $60 is a lot of money for a lot of people. Apparently not everybody though, obviously, but so, and especially, one of the things I thought was, this is something that I always note, $60 wouldn't be too bad if you were only going to play one game all year and never play another game. $60. If I spent $60 a year on a game and never played anything else, that'd be fine. No biggie, man. No problem. But that's not the reality. I want to play lots of games. I love lots of games. So yeah, man, $60 is a freaking lot when you're buying all these games. Let me see. Was that all I had? I thought I had more on this. Well, oh, I actually do have one small bit of news. I forgot about this. I forgot to do this. I was gonna make like a segment thing, and when I get to this point in the end of my gaming news, call it like the stupid stuff or something like that. This was, I can't help but think this was stupid, but some people agree, some won't, whatever. So that was all the news for Mortal Kombat 10 and everything else. I'll recap the regular news here, just in case you guys don't want to hang around for my last bit. I think you will, though. I think you will. But the gaming news this week, the Order 1886 photo mode update, awesome as hell. It's already out. Xenoblade Chronicles X, the E3 comparison video to the Nintendo Direct trailer they showed off is horrendous, just comparison-wise. The game still looks really cool. Star Wars Battlefront 3 will release on November 17th. The first DLC that comes out for the game will be free for everybody that owns it. Grand Theft Auto 5 runs excellent on PC. Pretty cool. That's great news. World of Warcraft getting naval missions, Mythic difficulty added to regular dungeons, and random weekly events to redoing older dungeons called time walking. Just sounded super cool. And then Mortal Kombat X, lots of crap, but I do like the they'll give you a taste of some of the characters for free while you play through the tower challenge stuff, or whatever else they do. That's the understanding that I had of it. All right, so this next thing I wanted to talk about, I just thought this was funny and I interesting, you know. So Total Biscuit, you probably heard the name. He won't review Titan Souls because the developer poked fun at him. Now that's how I see it. Now Total Biscuit got really offended by a response that he got on Twitter. Now Total Biscuit, he tweeted out saying that the idea of a boss rush game where the only progression is unlocking more bosses is not for him, which is fine. But why it just, to me, it felt like he was bashing the game. Like that was like that message by itself. It makes sense. Hey, it's not for me. But like, why? What are you just tweeting it out for? Like, I don't know. I thought it was very strange. So this developer responded, and he posted this picture of Total Biscuit's tweet on his refrigerator. Like he actually printed out like his actual Total Biscuit's tweet and he had it on his fridge. So he took a picture, it's on the refrigerator, and I thought that was the funniest thing I'd ever seen. And I thought it was just a joke because it was pretty funny. I don't know why he would get so offended at that. It does seem on the defensive-ish kind of a side, but how can that not be funny, man? It's pretty funny, especially because you're either way. Like, I mean, I've done something similar, not quite the fridge thing, but I make responses too when people say something negative about me or whatever, and it's just to mess around. It's just to be like, look, I can take it, I can handle it, and I'll have fun with it as well. I will mess with you, you know, whatever. It's not to be a jerk or anything. So I just thought that was so funny. So there was a bunch of drama on that, man. And one thing I thought was interesting, there's too much drama over nothing. It's just stupid, man. Just oh man. So yeah, after that happened, Total Biscuit was like, oh well, I'm not gonna review your game anymore because I can't, you know. He was saying something like he feels like the developer has it out for him. Like, I don't know how that escalated like that. It's just a prank. It's just a joke. It's a, you know, oh my gosh. So, and the funny thing is, Total Biscuit said he would normally have gone on to review the game after he said what he said. He's like, you know, I'm not interested in this game, but I would have reviewed it anyways. And he would have, you know, pointed out what is good and bad about it, you know, his own thoughts and stuff. So here's the thing for me now, because this is, he said, well, if it wasn't for the fact that he tweeted that back at me with my tweet on his refrigerator and he got all offended by it and stuff, I would have reviewed it and said the good or the bad. So basically what that told me was, what was the point of you putting that tweet out in the first place? Like, why did you tweet out the idea of a boss rush game where the only progression is unlocking more bosses is not for me? If you were gonna review it anyways, why didn't you just hold off instead of initially just being like, oh, I don't want to play this, and then going to, well, I would have played it, but now that the developer cracked a joke at me, like, what? I don't know, man. To me, I think it's stupid as hell. I think the drama over that was nonsense. Whatever, man. I did think it was funny though. Funny. Like, I had to share this because to me, not only is it stupid, but it's funny stupid. You know what I mean? It's just so stupid. It's funny. It's like, how can you not laugh at that? It's ridiculous. And so there was a lot of drama on it, man. People acting like Total Biscuit is a hero for it too. I'm just like, poor developer for stupid cheap on the internet. Just like, I mean, I could post a vlog about all that stuff, but I did want to share this. I thought it was really funny. So that's all that happened this week that I highlighted and stuff. Wrote, I was like, this is interesting, all that kind of stuff. That's what I do for my gaming news. So not everything. I didn't get everything. So again, thanks guys. Thanks for joining me, and I hope I will see you next time. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you think of all the stuff that's going on right now. Mortal Kombat DLC. What do you think about the paid fatalities? Now, I'm telling you, man, just as an option, it's fine. But I mean, it seems like they were like locking you out. They're like, oh, well, when you hit pause and go to the move list, you can't see your fatalities because we sell them to you. Oh. Crap. Anyways, so let me know what you guys think about everything, whatever, and leave a like or whatever, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks. Bye-bye.